Well, let's have a look at the word save. Since so many people get this wrong, they think if they see the word save, there's only one kind. That's a bunch of baloney. Okay? It means to rescue. Okay, see? Even Strong's made well, preserve, recover, restore. See? Bring safely is the first meaning of it. And we're going to find that out when we look at sozw. Sozw. Greek verb sozw. Okay? It first means to rescue. Rescue from danger or destruction. To keep safe and sound. Rescue. Okay, now this can't be too hard. You get saved for heaven the first minute you believe in Christ. Most of you know that. Okay, but your soul is still the same old soul that it was before you believed in Christ. Your soul didn't change. Your location after death changes. But your soul is still the same old soul. So, what happens here? What is he saying? The word works. See, look. Back here. Produces endurance. You can't produce it on your own. The word in you. Remember, pistis, first meaning. The word believed in you. The word in you. That's what he's talking about again here. The word implanted. Okay? It was Father who brought us forth by what? The word of truth. So that we could be first fruits. The word is producing the fruit, not you. The word of truth in you makes fruit. The word of truth in you produces endurance. That was in verse 3. Okay? So, putting aside all filthiness and wickedness, you can't do that yourself. In humility, well, you can't do that yourself either, but you can do this. Receive the word. Get under a pastor, live on Bible. Which is what? Able to rescue. We just saw that a second ago with the word sozw. Okay? Rescue. Oh, God. Sometimes you wish you didn't have to do this. Okay, sozw. Rescue. Rescue, rescue. Rescue from danger or destruction your souls. That's not talking about salvation. That's talking about the crap that's inside your head. Okay? Word implanted. You got two kinds of crap in your head. You got religious crap and you got lascivious crap. And both of those are trends of your sin nature that have to be re-educated. My pastor likes to use the term epistemological rehabilitation. So it's word implanted in you. Alright? You got that? Okay? Now, so what next happens? But prove yourselves doers of the word and not merely hearers who delude themselves. Okay, how do you do a word? Now, I'm serious about this. How do you do a word? If you read words, 1 + 1 = 2, how do you do that? You can't do it at all unless you believe it. You are doing the word if you believe the word. Okay? Your soul can only believe or not believe. It's your body that does things, but your body is dead. It's dead in Adam still. Your soul is alive in Christ. So how do you become a doer of the word? You believe it. Now, obviously, if you believe something, there will come activity as a result of it. But if you don't believe in it, there's no activity. You got that? If I believe the word of Islam, and Islam tells me to give to charity, I'm giving to charity, but what word am I believing in? The wrong one. You got that difference? Doing good deeds is of no value of itself. It has to do with what you believe in. That will color the value of what you do. Again, James is talking about the word works. The word produces. See? The word doing the fruit. Alright? The word of truth. He brought us forth. That's a fancy word for birth. By the word of truth. That's Isaiah 53:11. So that we would be a kind of first fruits. Christ our first fruits. We are first fruits because we get the word of truth, Christ's thinking in us. That's the real production. That's what he's talking about. We are the first fruits, not what we do. We are a kind of first fruits. That's not talking about our activities. That's talking about us. Okay, well, the word of truth in your soul, pistis, faith, what is believed, Bible believed, the word in you, okay, being implanted. See, implanted, that means seed. Implanted means a seed will grow to a tree and it will bear fruit. But what kind of fruit is it? Where do you believe? Your soul believes. Your soul goes to heaven. Your body doesn't go to heaven. Your soul does. So how do you do the word in your soul? Believe it. Don't just merely hear it and then, as he's talking about here, being hearer of the word and not a doer. It's like seeing your face in the mirror and then forget. Now this can't be too hard. Only a soul can forget. You hear and you forget. Well, you forget it because you don't believe in it. So you see how he's still talking about the word in you? He's not talking about your act of faith. He's talking about the word in you. And it isn't going to be in you if you don't believe it. Okay? Implanted. A thing implants in soil. Alright? But the soil has to accept it, so to speak. The soil is your volition. Alright? So he says, the one who looks intently at the perfect law, it's another word for the Bible, the law of liberty, and abides by it. Now, how do you abide by something? You believe in it, not having become a forgetful hearer, but an effectual doer. This man will be blessed in what he does. Yeah, because everything you do depends on what you believe. Again, it's the believing in the word. It's the word in you. It's not going to be in you. Okay, wait a minute. It's not going to be in you. Faith means word in you. Only what's in you is what you believe. It produces. The word in you produces. Okay? And down here, it produces by hearing and believing it. Hearer and not a doer. You do the word by believing. Alright? So, you're abiding by it because you believe in it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in you. Alright? And one of the actions that results is if you consider yourself to be religious, and he's being sarcastic here, but you don't bridle your tongue, you're deceiving yourself. And your religion, that even what you pride yourself on, is worthless. And I love this quote. He's being very sarcastic here. Pure and undefiled religion in the sight of our God and Father is this: to visit orphans and widows in their distress. Well, that's an easy thing to do. Even the Muslims do that. But not this one. To keep oneself unstained by the world. That means perfect. That means blemishless. He's making a play on the blemishless Lamb of Christ. You can't do that by yourself. You just can't. But if you abide in the Word, so long as you abide in the Word, you are unstained. John will pick up on that in 1 John 5. Okay, now we come to the famous chapter 2. See, he's still talking to believers. Okay? And now he's talking about how your faith works. Don't use your faith for favoritism. Alright? This is a big failing of the Jews, but it's also of Christians, that they prefer somebody who looks nice over to the poor person. Alright, you're familiar with this, so I'm just going to go through this really quickly. Okay? Favoritism, they have more faith in riches than they do in the Word. So he's talking about how they have arguments amongst themselves because they're paying attention to the powerful or the rich. Yeah, like the powerful and rich preachers get people paying attention to them, but the obscure preachers who aren't popular aren't getting any attention. Yeah. Okay. And this is about, royal law has to do with impersonal love, and he's saying that. But if you show partiality, you're committing sin. Alright, but now he's getting into our big passage, and that'll have to continue in the next video.